Good day, welcome to Leadership TV, and of course you're watching Inside Nigeria. This is the program where we check out the front pages of our various national dailies. I am Cynthia Onwado, and of course we'll be beginning with Leadership newspaper. The major headline here saying, airport access fees. No more VIPs, everybody must pay. Federal government declares, cites losses to preferential treatments, targets 10 billion naira revenue. Tinubu, Shettima, Pabio, Abbas, others not exempted. Deploy technology for monitoring, says stakeholders. Still on Leadership newspaper, 80 residents missing after bandits attack Katsina community. Despite PIA, petrol import monopoly persists as forex crisis frustrates marketers. Buni appoints late Emir of Tikal's son as successor. And still on Leadership newspaper, iSwap founder's son surrenders in Borno. ASU issues fresh ultimatum over varsity governing councils. Federal government bows to pressure, suspends cyber security levy. And we're still on Leadership. FCTA to demolish another 500 illegal structures. Protest in Kaduna over Chibok Dapchi girls. And on trending, Atiku accuses Wike of pursuing personal interests in PDP. Federal government set to receive fresh 2.25 billion naira loan. And of course, let's move away now from Leadership newspaper and check out the Daily Sun. The major headline on the Daily Sun newspaper here says, ASU issues strike notice, accuses Tinubu of nonchalance over education, says varsities operating illegally in last 1 year without governing council, gives 2-week ultimatum. Traditional ruler, 2 others killed, 17 houses, 10 bikes burnt over land dispute in Benue. Bandits kill 3, abduct scores in Niger community attack. And still on Daily Sun, O2 secures $3.5 billion Afrexim Bank funding for Bakassi Deep Sea Port. Zamfara, over 500 people in bandits captivity in Zurmi, says rep. Abia government drags Ipazo to EFCC over alleged 10 billion naira earmarked for airport project. Ex-governor left 3.49 billion naira for OT, says former commissioner. Leah Sharibu, Chibok girls. Christian group stages protest, task federal government to rescue abducted schoolgirls. Fubara vows to open up on inherited debts soon, says his government burdened by it. Niger speaker distances self from marriage of 100 girls, accuses Women Affairs Minister of misleading public. We didn't solicit bribe from Binance, says reps panel. Alleged 19.4 billion naira fraud, EFCC to arraign Sirika brother on first charges. Files new charge against ex-CBN governor Emefiele over printing of naira notes. And finally on Daily Sun, 20 trillion naira pension funds to go into housing infrastructure, says the federal government. And away from the Daily Sun, let's check out Vanguard newspaper this morning. A major headline here says, minimum wage. Federal government calls committee meeting, Labour insists on May 31st deadline. Vows to down tools if... Well, let's check that out. Federal government states OPS to present proposals. Labour maintains call for living wage, says government racing against time. Tinubu, Shettima now to pay tollgate fees at airport, says the federal government. Some foreign missions charge in dollars, determine own FX rate, says the EFCC. Manufacturers spend more on security than taxes, says the Manufacturers Association of Nigeria. And a look at sports, Nigeria versus South Africa, injury worries for Finidi. And above on the Vanguard newspaper here, federal government directs marketers to open CNG points at petrol stations. Edo Guba, no collection of PVCs by proxy, INEC tells Edo Ondo electorate, Obaseki, APC, bicker over propaganda against Oba's palace. Fubara laments debt owed contractors by Wike's administration. Finally, on the Vanguard, ASU threatens nationwide strike over absence of varsity governing council, others. And away from Vanguard, let's take a look at the Punch newspaper. This morning, the major headline here says EFCC raids speculators as Naira drops to 1,540 per dollar. Illegal BDC operators, speculators raided in Lagos, Abuja, PH, Kano. Policy bleeds. Tinubu unveils 21 major initiatives after marathon FEC meeting. And still on the Punch newspaper, minimum wage, Labour insists on May 31 deadline. JAMB releases more UTME results. Villagers flee as bandits attack 50 Zamfara communities. Group marks Leah Sharibu's 21st birthday with rally. And finally, court awards 200 million naira against police over Shai's killings. You can check out the copy of the Punch newspaper this morning. And right now, let's move on to The Nation. The Nation major headline here says, Minister, electricity tariff hike reversal will derail reform plan. Federal government seeks Labour's understanding. 85% of consumers still enjoying subsidy. And still on The Nation, ASU threatens showdown over absence of governing councils. Varsities running without board for 11 months. CNG sale points to be made compulsory at petrol stations. Speaker lashes minister for opposing plan to marry off 100 girls. Nigeria gains additional 16,300 square kilometers maritime territory. APC asks court to move Jima's case against Ayedatiwa to Akure. And finally, on The Nation, JAMB releases another 36,540 UTME results as Sirika brother to be arraigned. We are moving away from The Nation. Let's look at the Guardian frontline pages today. The major headline here says Nigeria's $1.8 billion gold reserves mined into private pockets, talking about illegal mining. Still on The Guardian, painter backs life's imprisonment for sexually assaulting 20-year-old neighbor. Minister goes to court, petitions IGP over mass wedding for 100 orphaned girls. Fubara hits harder, says Rivers battling huge debts left behind by Wike. Bandits kidnap 500 Zamfara residents, kill 2 police, 3 others. Tinubu Shetima orders to pay access fees at toll gates henceforth. And still on The Guardian, Tinubu suspends implementation of cybersecurity levy. And finally, Nigeria considers compulsory installation of CNG pumps at fuel stations. You can take a look at The Guardian for those headline stories and more. Right now, we move on finally to This Day. This Day, major frontline headline says the presidency VIPs vow to pay at airport toll gates after 10 billion naira loss. And here, United Nations grants Nigeria additional maritime territory. And CBN appoints 9 pre-shipment inspection agents, 2 evaluation teams for oil gas export. Naira continues to weaken against dollar. Official window right now 1,520.40 naira per $1, and on the parallel market 1,535 naira per $1. And the NACCIMA decries depreciation, expresses concern over impact on imports. You can check out those stories and more on the front pages of the THISDAY newspaper. But finally, we've come to the end of Inside Nigeria today. Thank you so much for watching. This is still Leadership TV. I am Cynthia Onado.
Thank you for watching. For sponsorship and advert placements, please contact 080 3688 6158.